Welcome back to L5 Star FC. Unfortunately, we are not doing a positive, upbeat video, although we can take some positive things from it. Today is the Real Madrid reaction video. I'm delighted to announce I'm joined by Wakar and Salah to go over this one. But before we start, we just want to say from everyone with L5 Star FC, we are against all forms of discrimination and all forms of prejudice. And just any form of discrimination is not tolerated with this YouTube channel. So and in wider society. So we just wanted to say that, mark our respects before we start this video. Salah, Char, and Wakar, not a great video to upload, but what went wrong yesterday? Liverpool obviously losing 3-1 away to Real Madrid. What went wrong?
It took to me.
Yeah, Salah, we'll start with you.
It's just full minutes. I get watched the first 5 minutes of the game. Couldn't find a stream, but you can hear by the commentators that we started off very bad. So that, of course, wasn't a positive sign. First half performance just killed off the game. 2-0, silly mistakes. It's not a way you should be playing in a Champions League quarterfinal in the first leg, especially when it means so much this season, and the only way you can qualify is through the Champions League. So, of course, it hurt me a lot that first half performance was very poor. And I remember pointing out in the preview, whoever wins the battle of the midfield will win the game. And Modric and Kroos won it, and they won the game. So, yeah.
Yeah, they were much more superior in midfield, and it really disrupted our momentum. I just felt like we couldn't string a few passes in together in that first half. It was so frustrating to watch. I think we had one shot on target going in at half time. We were expecting a second half performance, but the game was already given a direction. It was 2-0 at half time. Wakar will carry on with the point that we did allude with Salah. Well, what went wrong with you yesterday?
I think the first half lost us the game. We were poor. We couldn't pass the ball. Modric and Kroos just dominated the midfield, and just like Salah said, they deserved to win the game. I thought in the second half, when we scored the goal, I thought maybe we could score another one, 2 away goals. But poor. What is Gini Wijnaldum doing? He has the captain's armband, and he's just standing there like a mannequin. He's meant to lead by example, but what is he doing? He's just standing there. If he tried something, maybe that wouldn't have been a goal. But we can't blame on him. It was a poor team performance.
Yeah, there was a lot of players we could have blamed for a lot of the situations. But obviously all defensive errors and just lack of real intent in that midfield, I felt, for a large part of that game. Obviously Salah got us that away goal. We will allude to whether we can turn it around later in the video. But why do you think that? I think that we were playing I think we were playing a high line, and it just shows that when you play against the big teams and the fast teams, that high line just cannot be used with the likes of Kabak and Nat Phillips. They're just not quick enough to do it. We can play it with Van Dijk and Gomez, but it just doesn't work. So what do we do in the second leg? Do we put a 4-2-3-1, drop the line 10 yards deeper? What do we have to do to obviously resolve this situation that we now find ourselves in, going into what will be a crucial game against Villa on the weekend, and then a crucial game in the Champions League the following week? What do we have to do now, Salah? What do we have to do?
You start competent midfield, you don't. I'm not saying that anyone in that midfield was good, because everyone was poor in the midfield. Even I don't normally criticize Fabinho because he's probably been our best player this season, past Salah. So even Fabinho was using the ball a lot, dribbling into their players, which I didn't quite understand. But Adam was just poor. Kiki can go fuck off. I really don't care now, because it's literally, there's a cycle. Like Charlie has his Keita cycle, when Adam's cycle. He has one good game, the whole fan base gasses him up. GD, don't leave. GD, sign the contract. Then the next game comes. Then he has an absolute stinker, and then he has it for 5 years.
Yeah, it does look.
And then you have Keita. Keita wasn't that good. I think if you want to win the second leg, we have to have a functioning midfield. The midfield needs to have some intensity. They have to fight for something. No one in the midfield was fighting for something. If you want to go into that second leg, you have to play someone that has the intensity. Because Both of their goals was long balls from Cruz. No one closed him down. Jota didn't close down Cruz for the first goal, and Keita didn't close down Cruz for the second goal, which resulted in goals. If we have to show the intensity and fight hunger. I remember I was watching the Liverpool goals live with Jose Enrique yesterday, and he was also saying we're not going to win the game. We're not going to win the second leg without any intensity, because what we showed yesterday was absolutely fucking shit.
Yeah, we didn't show any real intent in that midfield, but hats off to Kroos and Modric. They were absolutely sensational in how they managed that game. But I'm not very good. It's so easy to say. But what do we have to do, Wakar? Is it a sense of change formation? Is it a sense of squad rotation going into this Villa game? How do we manage the likes of Thiago? Because I felt like Thiago not starting the game was a massive eyebrow raiser. I think he was proven. He was proven for these type of games, and to not see him on that starting 11 sheet, I was very, very surprised. So, do we start him on the weekend? Because maybe that's in Klopp's peripheral. Maybe rest him for the Villa game. But then why would you rest him for the Villa game? I thought the Champions League is the highest priority. Let's not forget we are. If the second leg goes well, we're 2 games away from the final. So, what do we need to do in that midfield? Because that midfield was the biggest issue of last night's performance, in my opinion.
What I don't understand is why did Keita start? He's not played a single game in the last 2 months. He started what I'm trying to say. And, Thiago, he's shown in this competition, he's world class. Every time he's played in the league, he's not played the best, but every time in Champions League comes on, he's class. I don't know why he decided to think Keita would be good. Yeah, I understand the dribbling part, but we couldn't pass the ball. Fabinho, I think he should just pass the ball instead of trying to dribble past these players. I think Thiago, he shouldn't. I don't understand why he would rest him for Villa. It's Real Madrid. It's a bigger game, and top four. We might not even get top four, and just I don't understand Klopp. Like, why? Why do you do that?
Yeah, there's a lot of decisions. There's a lot of decisions we can question him on. And look, Thiago's performance against Leipzig should have proved to the manager that he's worthy of starting a game of this magnitude. But we've seen squad rotation happen. We've seen it happen in the midfield. Look, as good as Naby Keita is when he's on his day, you cannot rely on him to perform when he's playing one game, then rests 5, one game, then rests 5. And that just showed last night. And when you're against the midfield like Modric and Kroos, as aging as they are, they will pick you off if you are not match fit. They will pick you off if your intensity is 1%, 2% lower than it should be. And that was the case last night. And what I think we need to do, I'm not sure if Wijnaldum's suspended, he did. I don't know if he got a yellow card last night. I know he was 1 yellow card away from a suspension. But I think we need to play Fabinho and Thiago in that double pivot and just play the same defence, but play it 10 yards deeper. It's not working if we play that high line. Vinicius, Benzema, I actually think played well because I felt like he was used as a decoy for Vinicius, and that's how Vinicius thrived through the game. You had the likes of Mendy, who was made to look absolutely world class by Trent. Trent's poor man marking defending, but obviously we've seen this morning that the abuse come out, and there was race. Both of those players, Trent and Keita, were subjected.
They're going to abuse these players, and then when we win, they're going to call them legends.
Exactly.
So it makes sense. You either support them or you don't.
Exactly, and I just feel like this is just happening all the time now, and maybe people aren't getting the message with this take the knee stuff. Maybe it's all wearing away and the message isn't clear enough. But something more needs to be done to combat this. This is just, it's too far. It's not acceptable.
The thing about take the knee, they take the knee, but it's just not enough. Like, they can take the knee, but it won't stop racism happening. Like,
yeah, it's lost its power and its message now.
Exactly. I think they just think that if we keep doing this, it'll stop. But more needs to be done. It's like a player has a poor performance, and then people think it's acceptable to go on Twitter and whatever and just be racist to them. It's not acceptable.
Yeah, it's not acceptable from back to front. Well, we will go into the defence. Obviously, the errors did come from a lot of them were from, well, two were from Trent, I think, and one Alden was up fault for the last goal, as Wakar alluded to in the start of the vid. But we did, on the other end of the spectrum, we did get an away goal. How important do you think that away goal will prove over the tie, Salah? And do you think that will? Do you think that we can get back from this? Do you think we can? Do you think we can win it? Do you think we can get this second leg? It's a big ask, but I just want to get your overall thoughts on the second leg. Can we do it?
Yeah, of course you can do it. We're Liverpool. It's perfect whenever we're against the odds. We somehow show that we can pull it back, but I'm not too confident for this one, especially after watching yesterday's performance. I don't think we can turn it back on Wednesday. The away goal can prove crucial, but if you're telling me that this Liverpool side has scored 2 goals whilst keeping a clean
Keeping them
sheet,
out.
just don't even get started, because I don't think we have the facilities to do that.
Yeah, I think I don't want to lose all hope, but I cannot see us keeping them out if we play that high line again. I just cannot see it. I think if we get an early goal, it all changes the whole thing. I think whoever scores first in this game, it'll turn to one way. And you know what they say, when pressure builds, obviously there's not going to be any fans in. We know fans play a massive part, but it was the same for Real Madrid last night. They didn't have fans in, and they still smoked us off the park. So if we go into that game, get an early goal, or get an early goal in the second half, I have full faith in these boys that they can get that second goal. But it's going to be heartaches after heartaches watching them try and defend for the whole 90 minutes. If I'm being honest with you, Wakar, will go to you on this one. What can we turn it round? We've seen it before. Can we do it?
I have a little bit of hope, but do I think that we're gonna score 2 goals without them letting them score? I don't think so. The high line. The thing about Klopp is, I think he does not want to change the system because he's won so much with this system. He's trying to play players which can't play this. Nathaniel Phillips and Kabak, they can't play this. The high line meant for Van Dijk and Joe Gomez. They're the ones with the legs. These men have no legs. They can run, but they're not the fastest, are they? And Vinicius Jr. was just loving that. And I think if that happens again, then it's the same thing again. Vinicius Jr. is going to score. And I think next leg, Mane needs to be dropped because he's just not been good enough this season. Start Jota, Firmino. I don't know why Klopp tried to fix something that wasn't broken. Just keep Thiago in the midfield.
Yeah, I think I was expecting Firmino to start this game. And I think actually it was Salah and Charlie who predicted that Jota would start this game based on that. Well, I think Salah based it on the fact that he was doing the press conference.
If we played Firmino, and Jota up front, it would have been hard for Militao and Nacho to defend because they've never played together in this season. So it would have been harder. But we made them look like they've been playing for years.
Yeah, I think I think when that second goal went in for Real Madrid, I thought, why not solidify it up? Because it had warning signs all over the pitch. When I was watching the game, I thought, right, let's go and get that second goal. But thinking back, why didn't we just sort it all up? Just really just run it down, get 2-1.
And the thing about our defense was, we were trying to play out from the back. The thing about Real Madrid was they were under pressure, but they were just getting out of play because that's the safest thing you can do. Just get out and play and regroup. We were trying to play out the back and then give the ball to them. And every time they attacked, our defense just shit the bed. I was scared. Like it could have been 5-6 goals if they scored because we were just poor defending.
Yeah, it's just what really is what could happen, and what I'm actually seeing happening is that in the second leg we played the best 80 minutes of football this season. We get 3-0 up. The last 10 minutes we concede one. They take it to extra time. They've got all the momentum and they take the game. I can just see it. I don't know, and just feel like, but I think we're getting a bit too ahead of ourselves. I feel like this game against Villa is massive in the sense that the media will be on our back. If we lose this one, that's 7 home losses in a row. Now, that does not put you in good stead going into that Madrid game on Wednesday, knowing that you've just lost 7 home games. So I think the thing they need to do is they need to get in and treat that Villa game like it's their second leg. As soon as they get that win, it gives them the confidence. It gives them the confidence to play how they know how to play. But the problem with that is, if they did get the confidence, they'd probably stick with the 4-3-3 because that's how Klopp's philosophy of playing football. That's his A game. So we'll go to you, Salah. Can you see us scoring next week? And do you think that their defence, Real Madrid's defence, can get got at? Because we know that Militao and Nacho are likely to come in because Varane and Ramos will still be out for this one. Because then you take a massive a jigsaw piece out of that team, but they still were very clinical last night.
I don't know, man. I actually don't. It's because we had so many chances to score yesterday. Not so many, but we had chances to score yesterday.
Yeah, we
He's
did.
still in the 82nd minute. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Mane and Salah. I don't know whether these men had some hold that these men are fighting over, but Mane does not want to pass to Salah at all. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter or somewhere. He could have put Salah one-on-one with Nacho. Easy on his
Yeah,
left.
85th minute.
Easy goal. 2 away goals. You know how crucial that would have been. But it just wasn't meant to be, I think. I just think we couldn't create many chances because of our midfield. But I think if we had got some chances, I think we could have took it to a 2-goal lead, goal lead. So, yeah, but I think I'm not too worried about scoring. I think my main priority is the defense because we can't let any goals go through next week if we want to go through to the semis. Because, we have to make sure Real Madrid score none, but we also have to make sure that we score some, which is a very, very, very tough task. And I think in regards to the front three, which front three you'll play if you next week, I think I'll go Jota on the left and I'll go Firmino down the middle. I don't think Mane is currently up now. I think every Liverpool fan has to sadly admit that Firmino is getting a lot of the blame, but you have to look at it now that Mane should also be getting some of that blame because Mane's probably been our worst attacker this season. So, yeah.
The thing about Firmino is he gives us the playmaker. Like, Mane doesn't do that. He doesn't pass to Salah. And it's not. And I was saying like a couple of weeks ago that he doesn't score, but our is not all about goals. We need someone like Firmino there to give balls and Jota's firing. So if you can give him 3 balls and he will score. And I think, and I think Salah, I think you're right that Mane, we should be dropped because he's just not been out of this season. I think people are just putting into the conversation that he's done this, he's done that, but right now, forget all about that. Yeah, we need someone that can play well, and he's not playing well at this moment in time.
I think what could happen next week is that we do the 4-2-3-1 with Shaq and Firmino and Salah playing in that attacking three. Because I thought when Shaq come on, I didn't feel like he played really bad, to be fair. And I think at the moment, he based on Mane's performances, I feel like over the past 2 years, we were saying when Mane had the ball, he was the most unpredictable. You didn't know whether he was going to go left. You didn't know whether he was going to go on his right foot. Firmino, a bit more predictable. You knew he was going to try and beat a man, give it. The Salah, we always knew that when he's on that right foot, he's always going to cut in on his left foot. Mane was that only person in that front three, which you could see that you couldn't see. You didn't know what he was going to do.
He has that killer instinct. He has that killer instinct.
Yeah, exactly.
Just 1 second, and he'll score. He doesn't have that no
ability, innit?
He's getting pocketed by Serge Aurier. That was never Mane. Mane would never ever get pocketed by right backs of that caliber. Mane would only say get pocketed by a top right back. But no, he literally got pocketed by Serge Aurier this season. Got pocketed by Matt Target as well. That's not Mane. So I'll do anything to see deal with Mane right now. But hopefully, I'm begging that somehow a miracle happens next week. And if he does play well.
Yeah, I hope so as well. We'll go into player ratings before we wrap this video up. We'll start with the goalkeeper. For me, I felt like he could have got a hand on that third goal, a more solid hand on it. But he did concede 3 goals. Didn't get the worst performance, but if you concede 3 goals, you can do better on the third. I think that's not more worthy than a 5, to be fair. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. I felt like it was a bit harsh to give him a 4, but 5 I think's worthy enough. We'll go to you, Salah, on this one. 5, what are you going for?
Give him a 4. As you said, maybe could have got a stronger hand, but I think Phillips blocked his vision, so he saw it quite late. So yeah, give him a 4.
Yeah, what about you, Waka?
He's getting a 4, but
Okay.
it would be lower if it was his fault. But Gini Wijnaldum, just shocking. I'd pay Curtis Jones if he's doing that, because he'll at least fight for the badge.
Yeah, that's very true. The defense, we'll do all the defense. So I'll do my defensive ratings. We'll go to Waka. We'll start with Waka and then we'll go to Salah. Right back, Trent, I thought they gave him a 3. I think he was at fault. Look, he's had a poor game, but I know he'll bounce back. Kabak, 4 point. I think he was the better out of the 2 centre halves yesterday. I'm going to give him a 5, and I'm going to give Nat Phillips a 4.5. I'm going to give Robertson a 4.5. I didn't feel like Robertson was really in the game yesterday. We'll go to you, Waka, on this one first. Your defence, what will you rate the defence?
I'll give Trent 4. I think he was playing good attackingly, but defensively he was just not there. I think Nat Phillips 3. Kabak, I think I'll give Kabak a 5. He was alright against Benzema. He's doing what he was meant to do. Robertson, I think a 2. He was just not there. He had opportunities to go forward and he was just passing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What about you, Salah?
Trent can have a 2. He was poor. Hope we never see that kind of Trent Alexander-Arnold again. Phillips 2. Phillips 3. Got some vital headers to just tip it over Benzema. Kabak can have a 4. Kabak can also have a 3.5. Wasn't that good. Robertson probably he was okay. You could see that he's trying to bump down that times forward, just trying to create option for a pass and just try to whip it inside the box, but it never works. So Robertson can have a 3.5 as well.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Right, we'll go into the midfield. The real dangerous position, which I felt cost us yesterday. Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Keita. Keita, I'm going to give a 3. Fabinho, I'm going to give a 4. And Wijnaldum, 4 as well. Go to you, Waka, midfield.
Wijnaldum gets a 1. I don't know what he's doing there. That just pisses me off so much that he didn't even try. Keita gets a 3. Wasn't his game. I think the fan base just gassed him up a bit too much. Has one good game. Fabinho, give him a 5. Probably the best out of them.
Yeah. What about you, Salah?
I'd give Wijnaldum a 1, but he did have a good dribble to set up the goal, so I'd give him a 2. Keita, a 2. Didn't make much of an impact, but I think it was later revealed that he was taken off due to his defensive cover. He wasn't covering Trent enough on the right side, which is understandable from Klopp. And then Fabinho can get a 4. He was bang average.
Yeah. What about you, Waka?
He's
Already
really
did mine.
Oh, right. Oh, no. Right. Attackers then. I thought you did start attackers. So Salah, Mane, and Jota. Jota had a few chances, but didn't really take them. Obviously, 5 I'm going to give Jota. Salah obviously got the goal. Didn't feel like he really stood out much. Obviously, could have scored 2 if there was a pass on in the 85th minute. We all know how important that would have been. But for that one, I'm going to give Salah a 5. And Mane, I'm going to give a 3. We'll go to you, Salah, first on this one. The forward department, what would you give them?
I give Salah a 6. Got the goal. Give Diogo 4. Wasn't much involved. Should have pressed Cruz for the first goal. I'd give Mane a 1. Probably one of the most shocking performances I've seen him in a Liverpool shirt.
Yeah, what about you, Waka?
I'll give Salah a 6. Got us the goal. Jota a 4 when he's just not the best game that he could have had. Mane, I'll give him a 1. Poor, just 0 shots. So that's not Mane. Don't know who that is, but it was poor by Mane.
Yeah, it was poor. And that is a wrap for this one. As you can see, we're all deflated, but I'm sure by next Tuesday, we will be full of hope and full of confidence we can try and get this over the line. Please hit that subscribe button to L5 Star FC and Klopp Talk TV. Hit the like button. Get involved down in the comments down below. What went wrong for you in that performance yesterday? Leave your comments on how we should change it in order to get a good result next Wednesday. Thank you for each and every one of you giving your time in what is a very deflated three of us, but you wanted our insights. You've got our insights and our reaction to it. So hit that like button. Let's get 30 likes on this video. Over and out. I'll see you all soon. You'll never walk alone.